Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Welcome back to my weekly live podcast called Get Your Shit Together with Yana Kasperczak, where I go live in this Facebook group called Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. Thursdays at 11:30-ish a.m. Eastern Time. My name is Yana Kasperczak, and I'm your Spiritual Awakening Core Energy Coach. And it is my soul's purpose to help you get your shit together so you can break free from the mental prison that you find yourself in and build a life and a business that you could be proud of and excited to wake up to every single day. And show up for yourself and show up for your business. So to help you do that, today I decided it is time to talk about the power of vision boards with the topic of dreams to reality, unleash your potential with vision board mastery, where I will tell you everything that I know, that I remember, that comes to mind without withholding anything back, because I never withhold anything back. It's just not in my nature. That I believe will be important to help you create your own vision board. So the first thing I want to mention when it comes to vision boards is that do it in a way that you feel called to do it. Meaning, find a way that it's going to work for you. The physical cardboard type of vision board does not work for everyone. There's different ways, different shapes, different techniques in the way of how you can create a vision board for yourself that works for you. Because the purpose and the intention of creating a vision board is so you can go back to it. So you can see it every single day. So you can use it as a tool to either visualize or a tool to help you remember what you want, and as a board that you can revisit for your goals and dreams and plans, to remind you of what you want and also who you are and who you want to be. Something to help you feel motivated and inspired, meaning putting things on that vision board that are going to help you feel that way. Because if you're putting things that are not going to make you feel good, not going to help you to feel good, you don't want to put those things on there. Those things don't belong in there. Those things you want to move out of your mind, because you don't want to. Everything that stays in your mind, you're paying rent to. And some of these things that are in your mind, you don't want them there, and yet you're paying rent for those things. One way or another, you're paying for everything that you're carrying. Okay, so before we go any further, let me make sure. There we go. So my page is open and I see, I thought I muted it. There we go. Muted it so that way I don't need to hear my voice twice. Okay. So now, in terms of what type of a vision board you can do, you have, as I mentioned, you have a cardboard version of a vision board that you can do. You can go to a dollar store or whatever, where you live, there will be some kind of a store that will be called a dollar store or Dollar General, Dollarama, where we live in Ontario. Also, let me know where you're coming in from, what state or province you're watching me from or listening to me from, so that way I know where my audience is. And if you're watching me live or on replay as well, I'd love to know. Okay, so the cardboard version is one. Then there's different types of cardboards, right? You can have the one that's folded so you can open up and it stands. There's that one on a big piece of paper. There's the second one. A third option is you can just have a notebook, and keeping in mind of how crafty are you and how much time you want to spend crafting it, and what is you want to approach it in a way of how is it going to bring you joy? How excited will you be to put a vision board together? So keeping that in mind, is it going to be in a notebook where you're going to have different pages, different tabs in a notebook? Is it going to be in a cardboard, or maybe you have a wall that you can dedicate to it? And what kind of glue will you be using? What kind of tools will you be using? Or are you more into the digital things? So having a digital vision board. Now, if it's a digital one, is it going to be on your phone? Is it going to be on your computer? You want to have ease of accessibility so you can access it whenever you need it, when you're ready. How you want to access it. Do you want to incorporate it into your meditative practice and the ritual? Or do you want to be able to access? Now, keeping in mind, if you do make it a physical one, you can take a picture of that so you can approach it that way. Because for some of you, I know for me, I love arts and crafts. So I literally, this is my proof of loving arts and crafts. So this was from one of the vitamins container that I had, and I made a hole on the top of the lid, and I put my brush right into it, and this is Mod Podge in there. Okay. I think it needs to be replaced. It's a little old. So you want to keep in mind that the glue they're using, that it doesn't have mold in it like this one does. I haven't used this one for a little bit. And then on top, as you can see, I don't know if you can see the green. Actually, yeah, you can see right here. Some of the pieces are already fell off. This is the other top of the brush that I glued things on from the jewelry box, junk box that I had. And it's really easy to clean all the stuff inside. Just wash it out. And Mod Podge is actually really easy to make yourself. It's school glue, half school glue and half water, or you can have 75% school glue and 25% water. Really easy to use, and then when it dries, it's clear. You don't even see it. You can also, like, one of the things that I use is, or what I do with my vision board, there's different types of vision boards that you have. There's also things that you want to acquire, things that you want to buy. It's more like a plan of the things that you want to have. You want to use Mod Podge. For me, this is the fun part for me to, and the reason why I'm not showing you my vision board, and this is one of the things I had learned, because back in the day, which is not that long ago, I used to share all those things. But when we share these things and we talk about them, then we're less likely to actually have them and acquire them. Because here's what happens. When we come up with a goal, we come up with a dream, and we put it on our vision board, it is meant to be sacred. And the reason for that is that when we go and we share our goals and dreams with others, in our mind, in our body, the reason why we're less likely to acquire them and achieve them is because we, on some level, already feel that we have achieved them, that we already have acquired it. So we're less likely to go after it. I'm not a scientist, but I know that there's, and I don't remember how exactly the explanation will go, but there's something that happens on a biological level where we don't even want to go after that anymore, because I'm like, in our mind, in our subconscious, we have already achieved it. Why do I want to do it again? I don't want to do that again. So that's one of the reasons, the main reason why I'm not sharing my actual vision board with you all, but I do have a cardboard vision board, which closes, so that way I can close it and no one sees what's on that vision board, including my family. It is meant to be sacred. It is meant to be private. So keeping that in mind as well, that you don't want anyone coming in and affecting your own vision of your own creation of the vision board. So whether it's digital, whether it's a physical one, you do want to keep it sacred and private for you. And then, because some people, what they do is they create the vision board, they spend some time with it, some time meaning a couple of days, weeks, months, in the privacy of themselves and their mind. and then they put it away and they forget that it ever exists. And then at some point later on, they look at their vision board and they see all of the things that were on that vision board that they have somehow created, manifested in their life, that their dream and their dreams and their visions became reality. And that is the power of the subconscious. It is there. It is continuously working, knowing what you want and in a way how you want, because when you spend time with your vision board, one thing you're going to do is you're going to think and ponder about what you want, why you want it, how you want it. You can even journal as well to help you in that process of creation and manifestation. So that's because I know some of you are asking, why am I not showing my vision board? And this is the reason why. And because I used to, and I had to change this part of my personality, because this part of my personality was I would talk openly and share everything that I was doing, everything that I was working on, because I would be so excited, so motivated, and also trying to help everyone around me to do similar things in their own way and help and support them by sharing my progress. And it just, I would quit. I would stop doing it. And I didn't know why, and I understand why. And then I started to listen to experts who helped me to understand how the brain works and how the body works when it comes to sharing things prematurely. Now, talking about things and sharing things after we have already achieved them and acquired them, that's different, because you already have it, you already got it, you're good. But when you're talking about them prior to that, then you're less likely to go after them. You will quit on your dreams, you will quit on your goals, because there will be a few parts of you, the mind, and then your energy will be in a state of, I've already done this, why do it again? The example I would give you, I just had it on top of my mind, is, this is an example. You know how when you experience something amazing and you're so happy with it, you go and you share it with your friends, with your family, and the reason for that is because you can only experience a certain level of happiness and joy and excitement. But by sharing it with others, you expand, and your happiness and joy and excitement with that actually is elevated, because others, people, thoughts, energy, and emotions are added to yours. The same thing goes for your goals and dreams, is that you, in a way, by sharing them, you're celebrating your achievement of them, even though you haven't yet. And I'm spending quite a bit of time talking about this part, because I had to learn the hard way by beating myself up, by not following through, by not doing that. And it took me time to figure out why that was, why I would quit on myself. And I thought it was self-sabotage, and in a way it actually is. Because by jumping ahead and celebrating that success, it's like when you can, astronauts, when they cannot celebrate landing on the moon outwardly until they have landed on the moon. And when they had landed on the moon, then they celebrate and they share that celebration with everyone. They can't jump ahead and celebrate it. Yes, in their mind, they can visualize, they can see that future, so that way they also manifesting a safe landing on the moon and achieving that goal of theirs. But they're not celebrating the actual landing. They're not sharing their visions, their dreams of what that landing will be like, what they're going to be doing there. And then when they're coming back, they can't celebrate their landing here, because by sharing it, they might not even end up landing. So I want you to approach your vision boards in a way that they're meant to be sacred for you, just like you might have a sacred space in your house, and you don't want no one going and touching your things in there because they're sacred. You don't want them tainting it with their energy because it's just your energy in there. So I feel like that's enough with keeping the vision board sacred for yourself and figuring out how you want to do it, whether it's going to be on the cardboard like I have, whether it's going to be in the notebook. I'll just share one of my notebooks. So another vision board that I have is, as you can see, my manifestation list and my shopping list, and I added the gold to it. And in there I use Mod Podge, and I add images and pictures, and I journal around it, so no one gets to look inside or see it except me. And there's some things that I have put in there a while back. I haven't touched it for a while, and some things that I have put in there a while back that we have already acquired, we have already experienced. So all I do is put a check mark through it, or you can put an X through it. I like the check mark because it's more of an accomplishment than an X means I didn't do it. That's usually what it means in my journal as well. Okay, now on your vision board, let me take a peekaboo at my notes that I have here. You want to start off with setting clear intentions. Begin by clarifying your goals, your dreams, and your intentions with your goals and your dreams. How do you actually intend to achieve those dreams and those goals? Spend a moment doing these things as well. Jot these things down, because we're not going to spend the time creating the actual vision board now, but I want you to have this list. I want you to have these prompts to create your own vision board when you are ready to do that. Maybe it's right after this video, or maybe it's right after you wake up tomorrow morning, whenever you feel like you are fully ready to go and do that. So I want you to clarify your goals, your dreams, your intention. What do you want to achieve in your life, and what do you want to achieve in your business? You can do life and business on one board, or you can have separate boards, or you can, if you're doing on one board, you can do it however you want. You can mix them up, or you can do half here, half there, half there. The way that I have my vision board, because I'll just draw it off for you because I'm not going to show you the vision board. So just picture this. I have the middle, which is the biggest part of the board, and then these parts, they're kind of like flaps, and then these fold in right to the middle, which is basically, this one is half of this size and this one is half of this size. So what I have on here, I have my spirituality, everything spirituality. On this side, I have everything that is life, and in the middle, this is my business. And then they close, so I can keep them closed, no one sees them. And then there was another vision board that I had where I had, this was my business, this was my spirituality, and this was my life. Doesn't matter how you have it, regardless, you open it up, it's all there. But to me, by using this type of a board, this was the biggest place. So to me, this represented what was at the forefront, well, what was the most important to me, because it involved there was a lot more space for me to put things on there. That's why initially I started with this being life, this being business, and then this being spirituality. And now it's business, life, spirituality. If you're using a notebook, you use however you want it. If you're using your phone, you can create folders on your phone as well. You can either use Canva as an example to put a couple of images together. So, clarity. Be specific and write down your goals and your dreams in detail. And as you're writing them in detail, because this part is actually the most important, you want to clarify what you want. You can put that on the vision board, or you can have a journal that you keep with your vision board, so that way you can come back to this. And the way that I would suggest to do it is you put one goal on the top of the page. And so, for example, the page, you will put the goal on the top of the page, and then front and back, this is just for the one goal. And then you go to the next page, it's going to be one goal, front and back is going to be for that one specific goal or dream. You want to spend time defining and setting, basically, what's the word? The limit or the meaning, or I can't think of an actual word. So for each and every goal, you want to define what success will look like and sound like and feel like when you achieve this goal. In other words, how will you know that you have achieved that goal? What is the definition of success for this specific goal? That's what you want. You want to identify and define the meaning of success for each and every goal, and put that on that page. You want to clarify an actual goal. What is that goal? Write it in the present tense, that goal. What is it? As clearly as you need to, and putting in all the detail that you possibly can. If it's a certain experience, write it as you are experiencing that experience. Maybe how crisp is the air? How clean is the air? What are you hearing around you? Where are you smelling? Who is with you? How are you feeling emotionally? What are you wearing? You want to put as many details as you can into that goal as well. And then perhaps, depending on the goal, by when will you achieve this goal? When do you want to achieve it? When do you want to have it? You want to gather visual inspiration, meaning that images. Vision board is not a vision board without images. And this is a more challenging part if you do have a physical board that you want to do, because those images, you got to find a way to print them or go through magazines and cut out things from the magazine to put on there, unless you're really good at drawing, and then you can draw those things on those images and experiences that you want. What else? So gather visual material, collect images, words, quotes. You can write these things as well. Symbols that represent your aspirations, your goals, and your dreams that resonate with you on a very deep level. When you see them, I want those images, those symbols to feel, I want you to feel love. I want you to feel inspired and motivated. And like I said, it can be from magazines, you print them off from the internet, or draw them out yourself. The next one is visualizing your goal. I mean, the other part is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to organize it and you're going to set it up on the page however you see fit, what feels right to you, and you're going to either glue them on, or if it's a digital one, you're going to, I don't know if you're able to organize the images in the folder on your own. Organize them in the way that there's going to be some kind of a flow that will feel good, or go and use those images intuitively. Meaning, on any given day, you want to start with this image to sit with that will inspire you and motivate you and help you to tap into that emotional state that you want to experience as if you have already achieved that goal. Maybe you want to spend time even journaling each and every day, rewriting the same thing that you have written in the journal, of how, as if you have already achieved that goal and that dream. And you want to spend time visualizing your goals daily. You know, you sit in front of your vision board, with your vision board, and feel and visualize each and everything as if you have already achieved it, and feeling that emotional state and that feeling of success. You want to engage all your senses. So this is where, as I was talking about, let's say one of your goals was to just as an example, was to lay down on a field of lavender. So in that example, the senses that you can bring in lavender essential oil. You want to bring in some heat, because there's going to be sun beating on you. So maybe you would sit in front of the window or outside in front of the sun, so you feel that. Then you have the essential oil that you would smell. You would naturally, if you're sitting outside, you would hear the birds chirping and touching the grass. You could pretend and visualize that that is the lavender field. Maybe there's specific clothes that you're wearing, feeling that fabric on your hands or on your skin. Bring in all of your senses. Next one would be maintaining a positive mindset and cultivating an attitude of gratitude for what you have and what you are manifesting. So as I already said, this part is basically you feeling it as if you already have it, and being grateful and expressing gratitude for you already having that goal, that experience. Maybe you're experiencing now, and you continue to experience it over and over and over again. And then the key part to all of this, especially with this notebook that you're setting your goals in here and you're writing things in these goals, you have the big massive goal. I'll use the example of laying down a lavender field. We talked about the end result, you seeing and feeling it, but how are you actually going to get there? It's also important to put these mini goals in place of how are you going to make sure that you get there. You need to find a place that grows the lavenders as in a field that you're allowed to go and visit. You're going to create a step-by-step plan on how you're going to get it, how you're going to get there, how you're going to have that experience, and then take action on that. Some of these things on your vision board, you cannot expect, especially when it comes to your business, you cannot expect to just sit with a vision board every single day and do absolutely nothing to get to that level of success in your business that you have identified in your goal or in your dreams. Some of these things will require you to take action. That is why this vision board has your goals and has your dreams on there, because you want to have them, and goal and a dream will require you to take some action every single day. Little actions, bigger actions, smaller actions, massive actions, different types of actions in order for you to get there. That is one of the biggest parts of this vision board, because otherwise nothing is going to happen. It is just continues to stay as a beautiful movie that you're watching and seeing the images in front of you. It's important to take actions and take inspired action. I guess inspired would be the key word here, because after you have spent time with your vision board as your motivation and inspiration, first thing in the morning perhaps, that you're going to feel inspired to go and do something and work towards one of those goals or one of those dreams. You can even number them to see which one you want to start with first. And when you have achieved it, check. Achieve the next one, check, 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 check. And before you know it, all those things on there have been achieved and reached. As I have written down here, while visualization is powerful, it must be accompanied by action. Take inspired action towards your goals, following your intuition and staying open to opportunities that arise. The reason why the opportunities arise is because they are in alignment of what you have on the vision board of what you are working towards and aspire towards. And last part is review and update regularly. What I've been saying throughout as the check mark, you're going to review it every single day by sitting with it, by going through the plan of what you're going to be doing today, what you're going to be doing tomorrow, or this week, or next week, or this month, or next month. And that's when it's important to have those timelines. By when will you achieve that goal or achieve that dream? And to remind you the difference between a goal and a dream. A dream is something that you have never had before. An example that I like to use is if you've never owned a house, it would be a dream to own a house. Your first house that you buy will be a dream. It will not be a goal. When it comes to the second house, that would be a goal. A goal would be to buy your second house, to move from the first one to the second one, or just buy the second house. That's the difference between goal and dream. If you haven't had kids and you want to have kids, your first kid would be a dream. You are dreaming of having your first child. The second one will be a goal. You set a goal for when you're going to have the second child, and you do everything you need to get there. Update the vision board and your journal notebook as needed, reflecting on any changes or any new things that you have learned, any new insights that you have picked up, adding them to the list. Maybe you have come across an awesome quote. You want to add that to the journal, or you want to add that to the vision board, because you want to see that reminder every single day to continue to be inspired and motivated. Okay. Yep, I was right. There was some comments on here. Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing? Beautiful. Nothing is showing up on my phone. And I just wanted to get through this. So now that I'm through the whole entire list, now let's go to the comments and go through the comments. Good morning, Rebecca, to you as well. Yana, I used to make a vision board every year, and most usually came to fruition because my personality is, I have a goal, I accomplish it. I have not made one for the last 5 years because I didn't have goals. I was working on getting to know myself again. I think I am ready to make one again. Woo! I am excited. Don't show it to me. Don't show it to anyone. As I mentioned earlier, I think you missed maybe the beginning of the video. I recommend to go back and listen to it just in case there's something there that you would benefit from hearing. So I am excited, super excited for you that you are now ready to get back into this way of planning, this way of getting clear what you want, what you don't want, after having worked on yourself, especially. This time I won't use magazines. I'll be specific, and Google will create exactly what I want on my board. Perfect. That is what I did with with all of my vision boards. The only one that I use magazines for is this shopping list, as I like to call it. The things that I want to experience having in my life and in my house. Define the objective for each goal. Perfect. Exactly. Define the objective or vision for each and every goal. Get as clear as you need to on that goal. You want to plan that out. Every tiny little step counts. You put that on there and you see it, and we all feel amazing when you check even the tiniest of goals. The goal could be with that lavender field, turn the computer on, right? Because all the other steps might be it might be just 3 steps in order to actually achieve that goal. Find the field, book it, and show up. But in between, you can put all the other tiny, mini little steps that by checking them off, you're going to feel great. Turn the computer on, Google this question or write the specific question, find the field, make sure and add a list of the things that you want to make sure that that experience will involve that you're able to go to that field. How long is the stay? Where is it? All those different questions that might come up for you. And then pick up the phone, dial the number and call, or book the stay, or online. Go to the scheduling page and schedule our stay and put all the information, as many steps as you need to, so that way you feel really good checking them off. And at the same time, that can help you later on in ways that you might not even know. It's really just paying attention to detail. I think that's where it really helps. And then Rebecca says, you write the objective, then unpack each objective to create micro steps to reach the vision. Perfect, exactly. Include affirmations and power words. Beautiful as well. Where did it go? I used to create a vision binder, like a game plan book. It had images, lists, mission statements, information, etc. Yeah, actually, that's a great reminder. You can put in a binder. What do you call them? Like, even in a notebook that has these holes, right? You can put this in the binder, and then there's clear sheets that you can put pages and papers in as well. That one is going to be great. Using my vision binder, I was literally a superwoman, super mom, accomplished at a radical pace, because it really creates clarity and focus. You don't have to think about what you're going to be doing and what's next. You have those images right in front of you. You don't have to think about it. You just know. And by knowing it, eases the mind and the thought process of, I don't know what to do or how to do it. It creates clarity. It really does. Accomplished at a radical pace, but it all came to a stop with the dark night of the soul. Accomplished it all and now didn't know who I was or what I wanted anymore. This was 5 years ago. The awakening, that is what I'm hearing that you have experienced and gone through. 5 years ago, you started your awakening journey, awakening to you as the soul, the dark night of the soul, where this is who you were before, and you have done so much growing and so much working on yourself to now be this new Rebecca. And this sounds like a perfect time for you to get back to what has clearly worked for you tremendously, creating visions for yourself. We're all visual people, and some of us are even more so, which sounds like you are a visual person who thrives on seeing and then believing. Seeing is believing. So for you, it sounds like it is a very powerful path and a very powerful approach. So this is like a mini class on, or mastery class, right? How to create vision boards, the bird's eye view. And then Rebecca says, goals and visions can include internal things such as inner work. Yeah, 100%. That's one of the things that I have on one of my vision boards. Is just, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it's a spiritual type of an image that when I look at it, it creates a certain thought process and visualization of what that image means to me. The story behind the image and the emotional understanding of what that image represented to me, that actually was inner work in ways that I could only feel, and I didn't have the words for it. And that's the one that I have a check mark through. I guess since I have a check mark through it, I can tell you what that image was. It's a shade. To me, it represented shadow. So it's, you know how you're sitting like this in the yoga position, the lotus position, like that. So it's the shadow of a woman, all dark, doing shadow work. And there are stars all around. There are, I'm trying to see it on the other side. I can't see it from this angle. Because it's been a while since I looked at that one. And there is a frequency and vibrations moving around from the body out. It, to me, represented true connection with myself and with the universe and those around me, knowing myself and working on myself, and everything around was full of color and vibrancy, and there was like twinkling lights in there as well, even though it's like just kind of like lights and stars around, but it represented souls, spirits, connection, healing. And that's why the body was dark, shadow, doing the shadow work, doing the deep dark work on myself, and eliminating that into the world and helping others with what I was dealing with what I was going through. Yeah, and just to finish what Rebecca was saying, goals and visions can include internal things such as inner work. Doesn't have to be external or material. 100%. 100%. Doesn't have to be anything external. Doesn't have to be material at all. It could be all internal work. It all depends on what is the most important to you right now. What are you feeling called to put on that vision board? It might be just all internal work for you, or it might be business added on top of that, or it might be your career added on top of that, or it might be actual experiences that you want to experience with your friends, your family, or yourself. Different things that you can put on there. Maybe there's even a specific dog or a pet you want to have. You want to put that on the vision board for yourself, that one day I will have that. There's no limit. The only limit is in your mind, each and every one of our minds. So put whatever it is that you want to put on that board that is going to make you feel good and amazing, incredible, and excited and empowered and motivated to show up for yourself in the way of through that vision board. So I believe that is, one more comment Rebecca said, it's what we are going to focus our energy on. It's something we can use on redirect ourselves when we feel like a basket case. Yeah, it's a reminder. It's a grounding tool as well. Hey Kelly. Kelly says, sorry I'm late. Oh, that's okay, no worries. I'm starting to wrap up the video so you can go and rewatch it from the beginning. And hey Kimberly as well. Kimberly says, I'm late, I'll replay. So yes, ladies, thank you for hopping on. Better late than never. So rewatch the replay, and you can comment throughout the video as anything that you feel called to respond to throughout the video, as if you are watching it live. And it comes, those who will be watching the live video later will see the comments coming through as if the video was live. And I'll respond to all the comments as well. Other than that, that is all that I have for you to help you with the topic for today, dreams to reality, unleash your potential with vision board mastery. I can't even think of anything else to add. I feel like that's more than I could think of. Like, now released everything and shared everything I could possibly think of. Nothing else. I'm not, like I said, I don't hold anything back. So thank you for being on here with me, even if it's just for the last couple of minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that this video helps you and inspires you to go and create the vision board that is your vision board. And if you need a little bit of help, tips, tricks, or inspiration, feel free to reach out to me directly. We can chit chat about that as well. Definitely recommend watching from the beginning so you can understand why vision boards are meant to be sacred and not shared with everyone. I make the mistakes too many times that I have learned to keep certain things private just to myself until I have done and accomplished them, until it becomes who I am and reprogramming has taken place. And then once I have landed on the moon, and when you watch it from the beginning, you'll know what I mean. And then once I land on the moon, I will celebrate and share my moon landing with each and every person that is open to celebrating. But other than that, thank you, each and every one of you, ladies. And if the one call to action, I'll ask you, if you are not subscribed to my podcast, Get Your Shit Together with Yana Kasperczak on your favorite podcast platform, then this will be your invitation to do so. You will find the link wherever it is that you are watching this video from on my profile. Go to my profile and you'll see the link. It's under the link tree, either there. If you're on the actual podcast, you'll have the button to subscribe on the podcast. So just go and type in and search Get Your Shit Together with Yana Kasperczak. And the way that shit is spelled is with exclamation mark in there, not the I. So it's upside down I. Until you get your shit together, and then you can put the I in the proper way. So it helps you to understand why I have the exclamation mark upside down I, as you know, we're all figuring things out and getting our shit together. Little by little, day by day. Vision board by vision board. That's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you once again to all of you who were live on here with me. Doesn't matter when you hopped on, and all of you who will be watching on the replay or listening on the replay, depending on the platform you're on, and the silent watchers. I invite you to at least say hey. If you watched this far to the end, just at least say hey, and I'll know that you're watching and you're a silent watcher. And absolutely no judgment. I actually am myself the biggest silent watcher. I'm not gonna lie, because usually when I'm watching something, I'm doing something as well. So as you can tell, absolutely no judgment. And I admire those of you who are massive participators, or participators in the video, massive, medium, or any way that you're participating. So that's it. That's all. And until next time. Next Thursday as well, I'll be live in this group with another Get Your Shit Together with Yana Kasperczak, 11:30 Eastern Time-ish. Yeah, a.m. That's it. Bye, everybody. Thanks.